What's up guys, it is DJ Martini Midwest Reviews coming at you with another video for my channel. Today I have some really cool speakers, which I have the Acoustic Audio AA15UB speakers, guys. I have to give credit to these speakers. They've been with me for at least 2 to 3 years, guys. I've used them a dozen times, guys, for big gymnasium kid type events where I was in a big gym with a lot of kids. I've used these speakers and they have really took the test of time, guys. So I have to give credit where credit is due and do a review on these speakers just to put them out there, guys, just to let you know that there's some cheap, inexpensive speakers that have actually served me well. And we're going to talk all about it. The Acoustic Audio A15UB, and also I'm going to talk about their new speakers because these are older speakers as well. So I'll leave some links for their new speakers, which look and I'm guessing would sound pretty similar to these guys. They have a little bit different, and I'll go over all that with you guys today. Thank you guys for tuning in. It's DJ Martini Midwest Reviews. If you guys like review videos, please tune into my station, guys. DJ Martini Midwest Reviews, where I do the research so you don't have to. I give it to you as easy as possible. I do pros and cons, and then I let you guys make the decision with some links if you guys are interested with the products down the road. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you guys like a consumer review by me, check out my channel, guys. Please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you to all my subscribers. It's been a while since I had a speaker, but I wanted to put these speakers in there just because, guys, they've done their time for me and I had to give them some credit, guys. So let's get into the video, guys. I have the Acoustic Audio. Now, if you guys never heard Acoustic Audio, maybe you've heard of Goldwood. These are speakers by Goldwood. I have done a lot of videos on here where I have replaced woofers on older speakers, and Goldwood is very, very popular for replacement speakers. These have Goldwoods in them already, guys, and they just work. They sound really good. They stand the test of time, guys. So I got to give credit to Goldwood for making really good replacement woofers for various speakers. Acoustic Audio, it's been around for a while, guys. Like I said, I've had these at least 2 to 3 years, guys. I actually pulled these out of storage because I wanted to go through them, make sure they're all good, check them out again. So, like I said, these have stood the test of time. I've done, over a good dozen gigs with them, and I really beat them, guys. Honestly, they're inexpensive, they're cheap, but they work, guys, and especially for younger ages, like a big gym of students that really don't care about the music, honestly. They're just gonna be running around, yelling, trying to dance, doing all kinds of things. They just want it loud. That's what these things can do. These things are awesome for that particular type of gig. They're not the most crisp, clear speaker out there, guys. I have EV, I have JBL, I have Avante, I have all kinds of other speakers for different types of gigs. But for that gig, in case a kid was to run into one of these and knock it down, I'm okay with losing this $199 speaker. I'm not really interested in losing my $800 Avante or my $600 EV speaker. So that's where these kind of come in. When it's those gigs that, maybe, you're outside and it's a windy event and you're concerned that maybe you might lose a speaker. This is when this comes into play. This is when it's actually nice to have an inexpensive speaker that still performs pretty decently. It's going to get the job done for you, and you can get it done with this speaker, guys. So I'm okay. I'm going to give credit where credit's due. Acoustic Audio by Goldwood, guys. These are pretty good speakers. We're going to go over this one, and then I'm going to go and show some pictures of some other models, guys, because they have a few different models. The newer speakers have lights in them now and some other extras that I'm not really interested in, but just for the speaker to work. I am interested that these have Bluetooth, amazingly, and they've had it for a couple years now, so I've had Bluetooth in these, and they work pretty good. The only thing with the Bluetooth is, I'm still kind of old-fashioned. I like to cord all my devices just so I know that it's going to work. I'm not worried about interference or things like that. They do work at a good distance and that type of stuff. These are 1,000-watt speakers, guys. They're about $199. I think I picked these up for about $149 when I picked them up a couple years ago, which was really inexpensive for 2 speakers, $300, guys. And it was a real good deal. They're about $199 now, and they come in all as one. kit, so they'll come with like a remote control for the light and some of the features with the SD card reader and the USB and the Bluetooth, things like that. And it'll also come with a stand as well. So you're going to get a stand. You know, it's a great starter kit. If you were to buy 2 of these speakers for $400, that's a good starter kit because you're going to get the poles too. You're going to get a remote. You're going to get some lights. They're going to have lights nowadays, things like that, which are pretty cool, guys. So like I said, let's get into these speakers. I'm going to go ahead and bring you to the back of the speaker, change views here. Like I said, these are not brand new. These are old. I have beat them up. They have gone through a dozen gigs getting thrown into cars, thrown into my SUV, getting thrown around, scraping on stuff, and they still work, guys. They're definitely dirty. Like I said, I've gigged used them. They've been in storage for a little bit, but I wanted to break them out because I actually need them again. So, like I said, what do we have here? You have an SD card reader, you have a USB, you have Bluetooth, guys. So you do have Bluetooth. You can't Bluetooth a single speaker. So if you had an event, a smaller event, you just need one speaker, you can Bluetooth to this. I would probably stay in the range around 30 feet. So you'd want them pretty close to you, but they do work, guys. And also, we're going to talk about it later, but if you Bluetooth to one of these, you can actually link via your mix out to the other speaker Bluetooth. So you don't have to be exactly where your booth is. You can Bluetooth to one and link to the other one still via a cord, which is kind of cool. Now you can't hook up to, unless your device can Bluetooth connect to multiple devices. My phone won't, my tablet won't, so you can't Bluetooth to multiple devices. So unless your device can do that, you can't Bluetooth to both of these speakers. So you can't do Bluetooth both, but like I said, you can Bluetooth to one and then link via the mix out to the other speaker. And I'll show you that on the other one. But pretty basic, guys. You have a volume here. You have volume 1 and volume 2 for one channel, which has your mic. So this is a microphone right here, and it also has so it is XLR. It's not a combo XLR, but you do have a quarter jack. So you have both there. That's where I plug in a microphone. You have RCAs here. So you have RCAs and a XLR input here. And I'll plug that back in real quick. So those are the volumes for individual channels there. You also have your MP3 volume right here, which is anything that's coming out of your Bluetooth player up here would be your volume. You have an equalizer, which includes, you know, basically treble and bass. So you got high and low right here, which does work. It does work, it does add a lot. And then you have your master volume now. You do have a clip light down here. So it will tell you if it's clipping, if it's too high. Here's your amplifier down here, which I've never noticed gets super hot, but it is down here, air-cooled finned. You do have your plug-in down here, and then there's your on and off switch right here. And I'll just show you that it does have the AA15UB is the model number from Acoustic Audio, guys. On the side, like I said, this thing has got beat up, but like I said, it's still working really good. Scuffs and scratches, so that will show up, but like I said, I've really beat these things. So here's the front of one right here. You do have a 2-inch tweeter horn up on top, and you do have a 15-inch woofer on the bottom, which is a Goldwood 15-inch speaker, 8-ohm speaker, I believe, and it does work. I had to take one of these apart only because my 2-inch tweeter got loose a little bit, so I had to just screw it in a little bit. Over time, like I said, I play these loud, I really crank them, and they must have kind of rattled loose a little bit, and so I just had to go in and tighten that tweeter in here on one of them, which was really easy actually taking out from the back. I just removed all the screws here on the amp, and then underneath your speaker and your tweeter are in there. So these do have wheels, guys, and they also have a big good handle up here, really strong. They are light, guys. I will get the exact weight, but they are lighter than normal speakers. So they are lighter speakers to go ahead and transport around, guys. So, all right, guys. So right here, I'm just going to show you 2 pictures of the newer model, and I'll give you, you'll see the model number in the picture, but you'll see the newer model They're pretty much called the AA15, but they'll have a different designation at the end, maybe an LE or a UB or something like that. But they are pretty similar. The only big difference, and I'll show you a picture right now. The only other difference is that the new systems have a little bit different setup here. Some of them have actually a graphic equalizer in them, which is kind of cool. Like I said, they'll also have LED lights in the front, which you'll have a remote for, and you'll also be able to control on the back. A different little bit setup for your volumes and your connections. They'll also have a 3.5mm jack. So they do have some cool added connections, guys. And like I said, I've had these for a couple years, so they definitely had time to upgrade their models. But like I said, I have to give credit where credit's due, because these guys have taken a punishment and they're still working for me. So I just wanted to show you that everything works. And like most of the components on the new ones that I'm looking at look exactly the same. So I don't think there'll be too much different, except on the actual Bluetooth SD USB player. I think they added an FM modulator too, so you get FM. You can pick up FM radio stations, which you should be able to control with the remote that they provide with that as well. But I just wanted to show you real quick, and I'm gonna shut it off right away. But this just has some music, but I just want to show you how quick it loads. You put it in, and you can see that it started right that fast. It was really quick. You could hear the music. So definitely works pretty good. You can play, pause, repeat songs, do things like that. You also have an SD card reader, so you can do that as well. I wouldn't use anything bigger than a 32 gig hard drive. This is a little 8 gig, but I think it goes up to at least a 32. I've used a 32 before. So you could put a playlist of music. You could put this in a separate room and just let it play. Guys, also microphones work very good on this. It has a quarter jack in the back. You could, of course, hook to your mixer, but if you want to hook straight to a speaker, you can as well. Mic check, 1, 2, 3, 4. Mic check, mic check, mic check. Very, very loud, guys. So very good tweeter in this, and a very good woofer in this as well. Now, it's not extreme crazy bass from a 15 that you would get. Remember that these are only $199 speakers. This one, like I said, was probably about $159 actually when I bought it. But now that they're putting lights, remotes, FM, graphic equalizers and things like that in them, so they did upgrade them enough that I really think it meets the price point at $199. Very, very cool that it comes with everything that you would need to get started. I think these are a great starter, especially for 15s, guys. It's a great starter for any DJ, honestly, to cover you for a while, guys. Now, I'm sure they have their lemons out there. It happens with every product, but like I said, I've had these two and I beat them up badly, and they have stand the test of time for me. So very cool. Now they also have side handles, so you can grab them and carry them from the side on both sides. So they have handles on top, on the side, very handy. Like I said, wheels on the bottom, so you can roll them, but they are kind of short, so you kind of have to lean over a little bit. It doesn't have like a pull out or anything. So everything operates pretty good. The equalizer on this with the two knobs, your high and low, actually do effectively take some highs out, add some bass to them. Now, like I said, these are 15s, but they are paper cone woofers like most, but they are, you know, they're not really made for that sub woofer type bass. It's a woofer, but it's not a sub woofer. They don't have big magnets and things like that. Pretty sufficient in here. I looked in them, and the magnet is pretty substantial, so it actually sounds pretty decent, and they actually have good tones. They have great tones, actually, in my opinion. But they're not subwoofer bass. It's not totally subwoofer, but very, very good mid-range tone woofer type bass, especially in after some break-in time. Like I said, I've played these loud. They have many hours on them, and the bass only gets better in my opinion. So pros and cons, and we'll wrap this video up for you guys. Pros for sure is price point. You're gonna get you know, the poles, you're gonna get the speaker, you're gonna get everything for $199, I believe. I'm gonna leave the links for the sets because I think that's the best value to go with. And it's gonna come, I think, with a mic and the speaker and the poles and everything for $199. Definitely worth it for a 15-inch woofer, 2-inch tweeter, power horn on top. Pretty good amp on these guys. Like I said, I've used them a lot. They never really got super hot on me. They've worked all the time. Like I said, they do have enough cool features that you can Bluetooth to a speaker and things like that. So very, very cool, guys. So all pros there, guys. Durability, I have to say, these have lasted with me. I don't know how much longer they're gonna last, but they have lasted me 2 to 3 years already. Gigs behind their backs, and they've just been solid for me, guys. So durability is also good. Volume level, very good volume, guys. Now, I can't go all in on, you know, the speaker without giving you some cons for the thing. Now, cons one is I wish it did have a pull-out handle so you could easily, like I said, because it's a little short. It does have wheels on the bottom, but they're a little short. It does have a pole mount on the bottom, so you can put these on the pole on the bottom. But like I said, I wish it did have a pull-out handle or something. Would make it easier to transport. Also, the 2-inch tweeter is my only downfall on these speakers. It's a little bit brash. So if you need to get some of that out, I would suggest turning the highs down, the treble down. Turn the highs down just a little bit. Mess with that a little bit, because I have been told to turn these down before, because they're a PA speaker. It's an old school type of system where that tweeter was super brash compared to newer speakers, which they actually tone them down and you can equalize them really good. These are definitely just straight PA speakers, super loud, a little bit brash to the ear, but they do project nice, like I said, so you can project really far. They sound good with tones and everything at a distance, but when you're right in front of them, yes, they're going to be a little bit brash. So that is definitely probably a negative, but at the same time, that's their job. They're a PA speaker. They're supposed to be projecting sound pretty far out there. So that's what these guys do. Guys, with the new speakers that are out, these are older. I'll try to find a link for these, but like I said, I think they're discontinued now. So I'll just show you the newer ones. But like I said, they're really similar design-wise, and most of the things on the plate amp are similar, but maybe a little bit different. Like I said, the newer ones have a graphic equalizer, but most of the same inputs and outputs, except for a 3.5 millimeter jack. So, and FM. So they do have some improvements, guys, to the newer speakers. So I would probably go with the newer speaker, but I just had to do a video for Acoustic Audio because I could really appreciate their workmanship, that these have lasted, their sound capability, because they're pretty decent for $199 speaker. Okay, EV speakers, JBL, all that other stuff, they have great speakers. They have great clarity. You can EQ them better. You can do certain things better with those speakers as you move down the road. But like I said, if you're starting out, these are great, guys. These are great price point, great speakers, and a great starting point. And also, like I said, if you have that event where you're a little shady on what kind of event you're going to be doing, and you know it's not a wedding, it's nothing, it's more of a party, it's nothing super serious, and you're kind of worried about your equipment a little bit, maybe it might get knocked down, maybe it's a windy day and it's outside, things like that. I think this is where that speaker could come in, because you're not going to be super worried about your $199 speaker compared to your, $500-600 speaker that if it fell down, you'd be pretty upset. Okay, guys? And so I'm okay with losing one of these. I'm not okay with losing my JBL, Avante, EV, Mackie, or whatever other speaker that you have out there. I'd be okay with losing my acoustic audio speaker, which I know I could replace for $200, than knowing that I had to replace a $600 to $800 speaker. So if you guys get my kind of point on there, there's always a niche in your equipment to have something that's maybe a little bit cheaper, that still works, will get the job done, but you're kind of concerned about that property. Okay, guys? And I think these kind of fit that niche for you guys. Quick sound test for these speakers. So guys, I'm going to take this, it is through Bluetooth, guys, so I'm going to back up about 12 feet away and I'll give you guys a quick sound test on what you think of these speakers. So let them go. right, guys, so there is a quick sound test for you guys. What you guys think? Make sure you wear some headphones, might help a little bit, guys. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. These have been the Acoustic Audio AA15UBs. Like I said, there is newer models out there on these speakers. I just had to give credit to these speakers because they've been working well for me for a long time, and I wanted to bring them to you guys. So there is more speakers out there, like I said, these days, and I will leave some links for those guys. You guys can check them out. Awesome. If not, I am not sponsored by Acoustic Audio or Goldwood, but I just wanted to be involved with letting you guys know that these are pretty good speakers, guys. And for the price point, $199, oh man, it's a good starter speaker. Now, like I said, this isn't sub bass that you're getting out of these, it's a woofer. So you're gonna get that type of sound out of it, but for $199, they do sound pretty decent for what they are, guys. You do get some good features with them. They have, you know, standed the test of time for me. Goldwood speakers are pretty good, and they have a lot of reviews. Check out the reviews on Amazon for Goldwood speakers, replacement speakers. They have a lot of positive reviews, guys, and that's what these have in them. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. It's been DJ Martini Midwest Reviews. Check out Acoustic Audio, guys. Let me know what you guys think. If anybody has acoustic audio out there, let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. DJ Martini Midwest. More videos to come. See you on my channel, guys, soon with more videos later.